Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, this is a reading for the waxing moon, November going into December 2019, or whenever you were led to the reading, of course, for the sign of Aries. So, sun, moon, rising, north node, whatever takes your fancy to study. It's a general reading. Whereas I'd normally say either is for you or it isn't, it is a general reading, it is an advisory reading. Take what is useful, bear the advice in mind. If it says something in here that makes you go, yeah, that's me. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Watch your other moon, rising, whatever sign, because there may be more information for you in there. Now, let me just bring up the cards. Okay, so we have the thing that you are to increase, or the current situation that you are in, the Nine of Swords and the Hanged Man. But with both of these, I'm not feeling the normal that you would get from these cards. It's as if you need to look at that which is causing you anxiety at the moment, and to a point, see where it is reflecting an aspect of yourself. Because you know what they say about things that annoy you from other people are actually qualities about yourself that you don't like. There's an element of seeking balance in the face of distress, in the face of conflict, which is echoed by one of the oracle cards that came, Schlegiel. I hope I pronounced that correctly. The Angel of Snow. Now I'm going to read, I looked it up in the actual little book because it's not one of the Kabbalistic angels I'm familiar with. So this is the bravery of happiness in the face of sadness. Happiness that stands against the stark cold and does not shiver. The winter is heralded by the fall of snow as Schlegiel dances, each step as unique as the snowflakes that frolic about this angel. The quiet reveller of winter, Schlegiel moves over the Rhine, a bright and joyous visage amidst a harrowing landscape. Its presence brings relief to those who seek escape from an overburdened world. Take refuge from what ails you, it is time to recover. So, what I'm getting from that, that's actually quite a beautiful image as well, isn't it? But what I'm getting from that, with this Nine of Swords and the Hanged Man, is step back from any conflicts in your life, step back from any anxieties in your life, because we have a progression from the 9 to the 10 of Swords. You can bring a lot of these things to an end, but partly you bring these to an end by standing on your own, and you bring them to an end by just checking with your own inner light, because there seems to be a number of things you will want to walk away from. We've got the Eight of Cups clarified by the Five of Cups, but this is a different Five of Cups. Here, this mermaid is looking at the two cups that remain standing, not the three cups that have fallen. So there's certain things that you're wanting to cut out of your life, which by stepping back and having that time to yourself, you are going to be able to figure out what battles are worth having, what battles are worth fighting, and what battles are just, it's not worth the hassle. And I think there's quite a few bits of not worth the hassle that you need to just put to one side. If you wait, the not worth the hassle stuff should probably blow over, or it's going to be a constant that you're just going to have to ignore, because it'll be there today, it'll be there tomorrow, it'll be there next year, it'll be there in 5 years' time. Bear in mind, for my American viewers, Thanksgiving is coming up. The new moon is on Thanksgiving, and of course the waxing moon straight after. And there's always the tales of the rude and obnoxious relative who comes to Thanksgiving and causes some form of trouble, and there's fallout from that afterwards. So that's going to be pretty much a constant for you unless they have a major change in their life. So there's certain battles that it's just not worth it. Other battles you can seek balance, but you need to look where you're reacting against others for things that you yourself feel guilty of. So there's quite a lot in those two cards. But like I say, look within for your own inner light, work out what battles you can bring to a close quite victoriously by seeking your own inner light, and what it is that you need to actually walk away from. Because what you walk away from, there, it opens the door to a whole, it sounds so dramatic, doesn't it? A whole new way of being or a whole new dream. But no, there are openings to a new path, even if it's just a slight deviation from what you was doing before, or that you will be seeing things that previously you didn't have the time to notice because you was too busy fighting these battles. Now there's a goal that you are close to achieving to, and it is time to take action on that. And again, I think some of these battles have probably been a distraction from that. But we have, as a result of you stepping back and walking away from those things that are causing anxiety that you ain't going to be able to change, there is a wonderful clarity that comes forward that emotionally is setting you on a solid platform. You're not being buffeted about by the forces of others, relatives, colleagues, friends, enemies, whatever. And it's helping you bring a dream more into being, because we have the oracle card of the path, waxing crescent moon, waxing crescent 6, book card number 8. So I don't know if the 6 and 8s will mean anything to you, but I'm not picking up out from them. There is a wonderful virile energy. Ace of Wands clarified by the Knights of Swords. It is, once you have looked within and taken a step back from these things that are causing anxiety, you have that silent moment, and then you are able to rush forward with your plans better than what you could right now. Because right now there's too much of a burden, as the Angel of Snow was talking about, there's too much of a burden going on. Because whereas in my readings I'm often saying how good it is when you're spinning lots of plates, you're trying to spin too many plates at the moment, and there's certain plates, let them fall, it doesn't matter. But there is a challenge that I feel that you have set for yourself. This 5 of Wands is knights on dragonback, not horseback, dragonback, fighting with one another, clarifying the King of Pentacles. There's something in the solid, real world. So we're not just talking about interior changes, we're talking about life changes. There is some challenge that you have set for yourself, because nowadays you only jump on dragonback and don a suit of armor if you're live role-playing or medieval reenacting, ignore the dragon bit, medieval reenacting, or doing some form of fancy dress, or you are making a decision to don a suit of armor. You are setting a challenge for yourself that I will go through this day walking around in chainmail and plate, which will make me ache like hell by the end of the day. But this is a challenge you've set for yourself, and it's something that you have the material foundation to set forward, and you will have the energy setting forward to it. So Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, 2 aces as a result. So the advice really is increase, in the short term, increase your peace and quiet. Increase your separation from argument and conflict. Increase your looking around and examining everything that is causing you this anxiety and deciding, am I angry at me? Am I angry at them? Is this battle worth fighting? And there's a lot of those battles that you may find that actually you're angry at you. That's a long-term prospect, but you're going to get some insight with that. Am I angry at them? Is it worth it? And there's a few of the is it worth it's where the answer will be, no, it's not worth it. No, it's not worth the hassle. And so once you have walked away from those sources of conflict and brought resolution to the ones that you feel are worth it, that you do want to fight for, your own plans take off and you are on your own path. So this backs up with the astrology that's going on over the next 2 weeks as well. It's been all about decision making and making decisions now that really come into force in January with the Saturn Pluto conjunction. So you have the back end of the opportunity now to completely change. Okay, yeah, I am doing big headlines. You do have the ability to completely change the direction of your life. It won't feel like you are, because this is a goal I feel that you are already aware of, you just haven't got round to. And now you need to get around to. You don't just want around to it hanging on the kitchen wall. You want a proper action going forward. But to create that action, firstly, you need to step back and have some silence, peace, the silence of snow, some peace, some observation, and just go, out of all these battles, which ones are worth it? Which are the ones where I will be honoured like a knight to have partaken in? Which of these battles distinguish me as who I want to be, and which are just needless distraction? So if this means anything to you, make a comment down below. Please try that again. Press subscribe while you're down there, but definitely please press I can't even talk, but you get the message. Obviously, look at your sun, moon, rising, north node for these readings, especially because I would imagine there's a lot more than just this going on. So maybe you want a more complete picture. But in the meantime, take that step back. The Aries nature is to race forward. So pause, catch your breath, and then you will have the chance to race forward in a good way. All right. Cheers.